Hey guys, welcome to Plus IQ. This channel is about the sciences and art. So today we're going to be focusing on how memories are formed. Talking about memories is a huge deal because it's a complicated process. Today I'll be covering on why we sense déjà vu, what is déjà vu, how memories are formed, and what happens to them after they're formed. Now, the first step in processing a memory is sensing it. Well, to make a memory, you must feel it, hear it, see it, smell it, taste it, or listen to it. The 5 senses are an important key to making memories. These things that you see, hear, and sense overall have to be stored in the sensory memory and then shifted to the short-term memory. If it does not successfully shift to the short-term memory, it'll only last a few seconds and the memory will fade away. Kaboom! Now the brain has to transfer sensory memory to short-term memory. Encoding is the process how this happens. When you pay attention to your sensory memory, it enters your consciousness. And the nerves and neurons strengthen these sensory memory to transfer it into short-term memory, where it will stay there for some time. Once the sensory memory that you sensed transfers to the short-term memory, you will only retain the information that you have for a short term, as long as you need them, at least. The short-term memory can only hold 5 to 7 pieces of information at a time. These quickly fade away after they're pointed as useless, or they are to no use to the brain. This helps the brain grow new connections and make new and more memories, clearing out the old clutter junk. Imagine your brain as a trash can. No offense, because your brain is a wonderful machine, but what happens in a trash can is we throw trash, and this trash accumulates over time, and the trash can only hold trash to a certain limit. Once it reaches that limit, there's a point that you have to clear out some trash to put more trash inside the trash can. This is exactly what the brain does in short-term memory. The brain removes unnecessary trash out of itself and destroys it. You won't... Okay, now that we've learned about how a memory is formed, at least how a short-term memory is formed, let's go for a quick fact. What is déjà vu and why does it form? Déjà vu is the sense of familiarity in unfamiliar situations. Like a time where you think you remember drinking a special kind of juice, probably a milkshake that has appeared recently in town, but you haven't really tasted it. This happens because a similar memory is recalled, but it gets confused with what's presently happening or what happens in the present, generating a sense of recognition or familiarity. But no concrete memory is there to prove that you've never tasted it or actually tasted it. The next thing, back to topic, we're going to talk about is consolidation. Consolidation is when a new experience bonds with a true memory to provide context for the memory. Memories that have an emotional or subjectional importance less likely to be lost. Sleep is vital for consolidation to occur. When you recall a memory, Memory enters labile, or an easily altered state where it can be changed easily. Sometimes, when you're distracted, you add unnecessary information to your memory in its labile state. This is called confabulation, and the new, unnecessary, untrue, probably even completely wrong information becomes an inseparable part of your memory. So, in simple words, when real memory and fabricated memory are formed together and fuse, they form a confabulated memory, and you recall that as a true memory. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is long-term memory. Long-term memories have unlimited capacity, at least that's how much scientists say, and you can store unlimited amount of information. These memories are stored for life. Memories with high emotional or general importance are more likely to be primed for life. These memories are stored in growing parts of the brain, such as the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. After a memory is formed, to strengthen the memory, the first thing you do is revisit the memory. The more times you recall the memory, the more stronger and the longer the memory will stay in your head. And the memory is less likely to be forgotten. Months or weeks later, the memory connections that form the memory may become permanent. Extremely emotional or important memories may become permanent within the same day. Then, the memory starts to fade. Years later, you might forget important details of important occasions, such as the food you ate on your birthday party, or etc. And decades later, you lose the memory, even important ones. No matter how important it is, except names of people, the memory will be forgotten. Recalling the memory, once again, helps a lot in keeping it for a longer period of time. Well, that's it for today, folks.